Welcome
to the J&O Show.
What we talk about.
They say age ain't nothing but a number. Do you think that R. Kelly thinks that now? Wow. Do you think? I'm just saying, it was a whole album and everything. We gonna talk about that.
Yep. I am 50 years old.
Yeah.
And I don't see why I can't be with a man that is 40 years old.
Okay.
She's never been married.
Right.
She's never had children.
Right.
She also believes she looks good and is in shape.
Right.
She should be able to date a man that's 40 years old because that's what she wants.
Okay. And my response to that is, so what?
Okay.
And there's nothing sexy, appealing, attractive about 50 when I'm 40. I'm sorry. There's nothing attractive about that.
Right.
I stopped it because I'm
Okay. I didn't expect him to say that. It's been a while since I sent this. I didn't remember it.
I was gonna say, I don't know if I agree.
Her voice went out like she's like,
I mean, I guess yes, but no, because there are some guys that like older women. Yes. And then the way we do dating, right? If you just happen to see the person, especially if they don't look 50, you know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. Like if you start talking to them and everything like that and, you know, things are going great, you may not care that the person is 50, especially if they look a certain way and they seem to be in shape and take care of themselves. You think it'll just automatically be a red flag if they be like, I'm 50 and the person's like, I'm 40 and they be like, no.
No, not up front. Unless they're if they have his mindset up front, I don't think all guys are going to think like that up front. The realities of what that really looks like are going to hit you later.
Oh, boy.
Okay.
Yeah.
I could take that.
I need to, feel like we're going to have a good night.
Okay, wow.
Not we going to be, using icy hot and,
not the
getting in the hot, getting in the tub with all the Epsom salt.
Well, here's the thing. If you're 40 this year, right? We're in 2024.
Right.
Anyone who turned 40 was born in 84.
Right.
So for a 40-year-old guy, they're like, you were born in 74?
That's another level. That's another level.
50 years old.
Not the icy hot. Wow. Or for my Caribbean people, the Tiger Bomb.
Wow.
Bruh. Wow. Well, I don't know.
I have thoughts, but I'm trying to make sure you get yours out before I take over the video.
No, I mean, like I said, like you said just now, I guess maybe for some guys, it might not hit them up front. But later on, when they start thinking about it, like, dang, so when I'm 50, you're going to be 60. Mm-hmm. And when I'm 60, you're going to be 70. Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying? Like, thinking about it in that regard. Yeah. But I don't know. Yeah. I mean, if they're not looking to have children by that time, like if they've already decided I'm not having kids or I don't want kids or something like that, it may not be a big deal.
Mm. Or if they already have kids.
Yeah, or if they already have kids, it may not be a big deal. I think it just depends on the person on both sides, like the woman, what she looks like and how they connect. I don't know if it'll make a huge difference.
Okay, so up front, it might not make a difference, especially if the woman is well kept. She takes care of herself. She
walking around looking like Angela Bassett. You know what I'm saying?
Right. But there will be issues that come into that a little bit later on.
Yep.
Mm.
Now, we live in a world right now where men
Issues like what?
I'm getting there.
Oh, sorry.
I'm sorry.
We live in a world now where men are ashamed for being men.
Okay.
When you're dating somebody, you know how they say you're dating someone's representative, not who they really are. Mm. Because of how much shame men have gotten for being men, a lot of women believe the representation that some men give off is what men are or should be.
Yes.
Neither one is true. Number one of the most important things to all men when they start talking about what is your love language, most of them is going to say physical intimacy. Yep. I'm sorry. We did a video a while ago. I never put it out because during the whole video, I had this string on my head like this. And I was talking to my wife and it was attached to my bald head and it was a string that was sitting up there. And we never put it out. And it was a sermon by Dr. Miles Monroe. Yep, a preacher. It was a preacher. And the name of his sermon was Men Need Sex. And he was talking about how there is a biological need in men, and he started going into some of biological differences between, like, women carry this many eggs, but men have this many sperm in them at all times, and they carry the genes that are supposed to be passed on into generations. And he had this whole breakdown as to why men need sex, why it's such a huge thing for men. I know that many of you women have come to believe that men should not need sex.
Yeah, right.
Because you don't need sex. I'm sorry, we are not women. I know y'all want to think that we are very much alike, and guess what? We are more alike than different. But one of our major differences is men.
You know what I mean.
Now, the Bible. I'm going to go to the Bible first. The Bible did try to address this, and he was like, ladies and gentlemen, I just want y'all to know y'all bodies don't belong to you. It belong to God first. And whatever I tell you to do with your body is what you do. That's how it worked between God the Father and Jesus when he went on the cross. And that's the way it's going to work for y'all when y'all come dealing with me. That's my body that I put you in. Since it is my body, I just want to let you know that once you get married, it ain't your body then either. Your body belongs to your husband and your wife. So if your wife's sitting over there itching, but you working so much that you ain't been able to scratch her itch, homie, you got to go home, get out the paddle and start scratching away. Scratching the itch, brother. Same thing for the lady. Your man sitting over there and he been itching for a while. And you talking about someone, I ain't gonna get him now because,
Nope.
That ain't Bible. That ain't your body.
Nope.
That belongs to God and the man. And when we start to understand that is when you start to get a good perspective on how we're supposed to act in marriage. One of the things that marriage is for specifically is to avoid fornication. Yep. And then they also say to avoid sin. So the sin that they're trying to avoid is not always just fornication. That helps to avoid adultery. That helps to avoid that wandering eye that men may have. Yeah. It keeps y'all together. They talk about emotional cheating. It'll help you to avoid that too because you're staying connected to your partner. We think it's just about sex. It's about so much more than that. It also makes sure that you maintain a relationship of being one, being in sync, being open and vulnerable to each other so that you can actually communicate properly. If y'all not exchanging draws and axes, then you're leaving all of that stuff vulnerable. And I know women think because of our society that men should act like women. No, we shouldn't. All right, guys, I need you to do me a favor. I need you to hit that like button. I need you to hit that subscribe button. I need you to hit that notification button. I need you to hit all the buttons. Thank you. Yes. There's a difference in the way sex is to us and the way sex is to y'all. It's biological. There are things in there that talk about that. And we've had people go and look at the research and try to twist it in a certain way so that it doesn't mean what it means. I've seen that crap too. But when you actually read the research for your daggone self, you will see that men consistently want, whereas women have times when they want it a lot and times when they don't. So whenever you at your hottest and you the most hot and bothered and you want it right this second, that's how men feel the majority of the time. Dang. And you know the one time that they don't feel that urge when they're engaged in purpose. They have to take their minds off it. But if they're left sitting there too long, it's a reality. And a lot of us like to deny it because we have this feminized society. Your man want them draws. So when you're talking about stuff like this, and she's talking about she 50 and he 40, I'm gonna let y'all know a little secret. I know you can't tell because I color in my beard. I got it looking all nice and looking all black. You know, it's a lot of grays in there. It's probably more grays than blacks now, which I can't tell because I've been dyeing it lately, but it probably is. I'm getting up there in age. I'm over 40. And I'm going to tell you right now, 50-year-old woman, I don't want no 50-year-old woman. Because when the time comes for us to have a conversation about what we going to do tonight, I ain't trying to hear that. I'm tired. I don't want to. I ain't, Nope. I ain't trying to hear all of that. I'm being dead honest with you. Deadly serious. Just cutting through all of the stuff, cutting through the jokes and everything. And the thing is, so many of us live around and with men that have been so emasculated and feminized that they don't even have the balls to stand up and tell you that's what's really on their mind. This is how I really feel about it. And if you keep me here starving, we are going to have an issue. They won't even tell the woman that because they don't know what it looks like to be the head of their home and to talk about what they need.
Ouch.
That is not to say that the woman does not have her needs fulfilled as well.
Nope.
Let's not get it twisted. But we need to stop lying to ourselves about the differences between men and women.
Just stop lying to yourself.
That being said, when I was saying he ain't gonna find out until the back end, up front it could be all hot and heavy, especially if it's a new relationship and everything, and y'all hot and heavy and y'all doing, what y'all gonna do, y'all being grown, and it's exciting and it's happening all over the place, in the park, in the car, on the roof,
What?
in the sewers.
That's disgusting.
Y'all don't even care. Y'all just disgusting and nasty in public bathrooms. It don't even matter.
Gross.
Y'all can't keep y'all hands off each other, and it's all great. But then a year from now, after y'all done got used to each other, that starts to slow down. The man gonna start looking at the woman like, I know you 51 now, but that's a reality. And then there may be some differences in how far along they are in life. How responsible are they? Do I have my house and you still in an apartment? And all of that stuff starts to come in. Now, to me, 40 and 50 is not a huge gap. It's big, but it's not, it's not crazy. But some people, it'd be like 32 and 50. I've seen a lot of these extreme gaps, and it's good in the beginning, but as time goes on, that becomes an issue. And I can tell you, being somebody who's in his 40s, the way my back is set up nowadays, I don't even know what it's going to be like when I crack 50. The way this left knee, when I go down for the squats, I got to pay a lot of attention, bro. I'll be rapping and putting on knee sleeves and everything. I'm always concerned. I really need to get your gym membership because I might not be able to squat much longer because of my back and my knee.
Dang.
But I also don't want chicken legs. I don't want to be walking around looking like a strong crackhead just fresh out of jail. Standing there swole up, but you shaking because your legs can't hold you up. What's up, man? You know what I'm saying? And you shaking the whole time because your legs so small, your top so big. I don't want to do that.
Nope.
So I need to do something with my legs, and they gonna shrink on their own anyway because I'm at that age. So I'm thinking I need to get a leg press machine. I need to do, I need to get by the belt squat machine. I need to do some stuff that's gonna take the pressure off my back because I need to make sure my legs don't shrink up. I need to be Dexter Jackson. Hold on to my legs. Hold on to my legs. So, I'm being honest. There are things that will come up, just like any relationship. There's going to be issues. There's going to be things that come up, and there are going to be issues with an older woman and a younger man. Because by the time you're 40, 50, they could be on similar maturity levels and stuff like that. So you might not have to worry about that, depending on the people. But there may be other things that will come up. I'm telling you right now, sex is probably going to be one of them. If you're fortunate and, the lady's been healthy for a long period of time and hasn't taken in a lot of bad food and stuff, and her organs and stuff are good, which you don't really know until something does or doesn't happen, perhaps that'll be okay and they'll be able to keep the passion in their relationship. It's really a case-by-case basis.
Yeah.
I would probably not suggest that, but it's also not as common either. Most people are within a certain amount of years from each other, usually. This is an odd situation, so even if it does happen, one would hope that the people have conversations, the man and the woman have conversations about the things they're coming up with in the relationship, and that they have open communication that can try to mitigate some of these issues that they're gonna have. And some ladies is freaks and they be out, they don't got no problem putting it down, especially if y'all get married. She's like, no, I'm gonna put it down on them, make sure that we good. And it's all about mindset. So there are a lot of things to consider. I'm not really. You could be 50 and be hot. Angela Bassett, to me, she was a very, very attractive lady for a long period of time. And I think that if women were able to hold themselves together at that level, I don't think guys would be so opposed to it. But I think once they got into the relationship, certain things would probably come up that they would have to deal with. And it's only up to the people to decide whether or not they can deal with them or not. Considering the stuff that we've been watching lately and the way people be walking away from relationships, all you got to do is not wash the dishes and your relationship might be over. The way some of these jokers be out here acting, like they expect you to act like their mama and to know exactly what to do off jump. So the way relationships are now, because of the dating market and the way that we date and how unrealistic we are, I don't really know how that would survive today's dating market, because both men and women are utterly ridiculous. They don't know what real relationships look like and how to make compromise, how to have conversations, and they don't know how to differentiate between something that is a red flag and something that's a yellow flag.
This is true.
They be like, oh man, you don't dust every week. week, I can't be with you. Oh my gosh, your house got to be so dusty and dirty. You probably don't wash yourself. All I said was I dust every other week, girl. Great day. That's how everybody is nowadays. Like everybody is so specific and they expect everybody to be like their mom or something. And they don't understand that that's not something you break up over. Because I preached. Remember we did the thing about chores?
Yes.
Like, okay, you want to break up over that, fine. But divorce, even if you got kids.
Come on now, dog.
That's dumb.
Yo, y'all wilding. So,
yeah,
I'm done. Told y'all to take over the video. Told you.
Comment down below your thoughts and let us know. What do you think? Do you think that that's okay for an older woman, or what they call cougar, basically to be dating a younger guy? That age difference, 40 and 50. Of course, when you're younger, it looks different.
Yeah.
But as you get older, when you start crossing over that 50 line, like, does it really matter? Does it make a difference? Comment your thoughts down below and let us know. And if you guys have made it this far, go ahead and smash that subscribe button. Go ahead and hit the post notifications and give us a thumbs up so that way YouTube knows that you appreciate what we're putting down. Hey, everybody. Down in the description, there are 2 links.
One is to a GoFundMe, and the other one is to a video that explains what the GoFundMe is for. Mm-hmm. Long story short, we have a medical situation with our daughter that we have to pay for everything out of pocket, and we could really use you guys' help. Yes. If you have the time, we'd love for you to go check it out. If you have the money, the funds, we'd love for you guys to help. If not, maybe you could send a link to somebody else who can help. We thank you for your time.
Thank you.
Peace.
Press the out button.